First step that I've got to do is to remove these two screws which hold the brake disc on to the hub, and then move the caliper. One of the screws was a bit corroded in and had completely burred over the end, so I've had to tap in using a hammer, tap in a screwdriver bit, and then I've had somebody with their foot on the brake pedal to stop the disc spinning as I was trying to remove it, and slowly and surely I've managed to remove that. What I'll make sure I do, I've got a brand new screw to go in there from Porsche, and when I put that in I will make sure that it's copper greased so that we don't have that problem in the future. For the bolts that are on the caliper, that was previously removed when I replaced the shock absorber. So I had copper grease that, so that should be nice and easy to remove on those. To remove the caliper, there are two bolts at the rear, and you need a 10mm Allen key socket for those, and that just goes in like so, and we'll then be able to remove them, and then the caliper will lift off. Move the final screw, and then this will just lift off. You now see this is the one going on, and these are all pointing towards the back of the car. What I'm just going to do before I put it on is just put a little bit of copper grease on the inside here where it mounts to the hub, just so that it will be a lot easier to remove in the future. I'll just clean up the old copper grease and then put this one on. So we now have the disc from the other side fitted. What I actually found was it was slightly easier to put the caliper onto the disc before fitting it onto the hub. So you just slide the disc in between the caliper, between the pads, and then you can line up the disc on the hub, and that just avoided putting too much pressure onto the brake line. Now it's just a case of doing up the Allen key bolts for the caliper and then put the two screws in. I've actually got brand new screws because the old ones were quite burred, and I don't want to put ones in that will then be difficult to get off again in the future. You can see now the lines are pointing in the correct direction, so pointing to the back of the car and away from the direction of travel. Put new screws, or one new screw on here where the other one was burred away. Calipers refitted, bolts tightened up, so we're all ready to put the wheel back on, and that's the job done.